What's going on, family? Peace, love, and happiness. Scott Vlad here. Today is going to be my first video, episode number 1 on this YouTube channel, Scott Vlad. Today I want to talk about self-expression, authenticity, and uniqueness. So when I talk about like self-expression, what does that mean? Or what does that mean to me that I can help you express yourselves maybe? So when I say like self-expression, I mean, how do you express yourself to yourself and to people that are in your presence, in your life, family, friends, people you see and meet at the stores, etc., stuff like that. So like for me, expressing myself, that's always been an issue. I've always been judged by others and bullied a lot when I was a kid on anything I did, which kind of it shaped me into being very introverted and very not expressive whatsoever. Like if I wanted to express myself, I'd just do it in my mind and I wouldn't let it go. I wouldn't tell other people about how I really feel. Maybe like a close friend it's kind of like a third party, nothing to anything that I was like the main group of people, like saying like when I was in high school and stuff. I never really expressed myself. I always just kind of suppressed it and I kept hidden what I truly felt, which I mean then obviously manifested in my life as like being shy, hiding things, not wanting to tell the truth, lying, being manipulative, and kind of holding it in though, like not really wanting to open up to new people, not really want to be vulnerable to any type of situation in my life because that's who I was, right? It's like I don't want to tell anybody because I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. I'm not going to express how I really feel because I want other people to like me, right? I don't want to cause that tension or that friction between people in my relationship because it was comfortable, right? Everything is about being comfortable. It's the ego. The mind's like, nah, you don't want to say that. You know you're going to get judged. You're not going to be able to express yourself how you want. And obviously, I mean, that could have been, once again, like just my ego, my mind just running on repeat saying, yeah, no, you're not. They're just going to judge you. But then maybe again, it's who I surround myself with, right? Like if you're surrounding yourself with people that you really don't want to be around, or you think you want to be around them because they have that certain thing, or they have these qualities that you want. I mean, it depends on the situation, right? If you're hanging with somebody that is getting drunk all the time, doing like hardcore drugs and not really helping you grow, and you're trying to help them, you're trying to like advance something, get more serious in like that type of relationship, right? Like share those feelings, share your emotions with them, and they don't want to really help you. They just want to, it's just a person they can do stuff with, like when I was drinking a lot and going to the clubs, it's like, well, that's all they want to do. And it's like, I mean, yeah, if that's their thing, that's their thing, right? But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do it. You can take control of your own life. And that's what I've been realizing, like we're the only people, like you're the only one that can control your life. Yes, there is alternative sources outside of yourself, like these external experiences. Like for me, like, yeah, I want to go talk to a therapist. I want to get a third party opinion on things in a way, like I was so struck up in like the spiritual community where it's like, no, you can't, it's like you got to express yourself, but you're the ultimate change, only you can do it. But I'm taking that decision to go to like my doctors or go to the therapist and kind of take more action just because it's mainstream way and it's not going within yourself as much. It's like I still do it, it's like I still meditate, I still go within, but you can ultimately take control of your life. You take control of what you want to do and what you want to see. So if you want to go to a therapist, you want to go to your doctors and get meds or something, just for example, do it, right? As long as it's within alignment with yourself and you feel that your intuition is like, yeah, that's what's best for you right now, do it. If you want to express yourself in that moment, express yourself how you feel. And if they don't like that, as long as you're being authentic, as long as you're speaking your truth and not trying to pose on somebody else's free will, right? You are doing you and being unapologetically yourself. Doesn't mean also you can't say sorry to people. If you bump into somebody and you weren't aware of them or something, like whatever, for example, right? You're you can say sorry. That's what I was all like worried about, especially after my my spiritual awakening. I was like, shit, man, like I can't do anything. I feel so stuck in like one way, stuck in a line. And it's like, well, brah, no, like that's the exact opposite. You can have so many different truths, so many different beliefs. You have more awareness in every situation, right? It's like, doesn't mean you can't do these certain things that are non-spiritual or like expressing of yourself, but do what you want. That's exactly what I'm saying. As long as you know that you're not affecting somebody else in a negative way. Affecting somebody else in a positive way, yeah, do it. But don't oppose on somebody else's free will, Give them that information that you think, plant your seed, whatever seed that may be, and move forward, right? Do what you want. And then also like, yeah, being authentic is like, is what you're doing within alignment with what you really want in life. So if you want to, go to the beach every day, are you going to the beach every day? Or whatever, for example, like it's freezing out here in Canada. So I go for my walks most of the time, but there's no beach right now. I love the sun. I miss the sun. It's almost summer. But like, like, are you being true to yourself? Are you lying to yourself? That's what I've noticed. Like I've been lying to myself. It's like, and toxic positivity. Like, oh no, everything's going to be all right. Everything's A-okay. Everything's perfect. It's like, no, that's not the fact. It's like, yeah, I'm going through like an existential crisis type thing. And like, I don't see much purpose in everything, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep striving to move forward. It's like, yeah, I am where I am. I'm almost in like a stagnant state, but I'm not, like focusing on doing nothing. It's not like, oh shit, or like, it's like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Well, I'm going to regret that. It's like, no, there's a lesson in everything. As long as you take the positivity, there's going to be a positive outcome. You're going to take something from that situation. Just because you're sad, I can be sad, but maybe that means like, oh, I don't want to be sad anymore. Or it's kind of like that polarity, like, well, sadness isn't really good feeling. So how can I be happy? And this, like, I'm just speaking right now, like, I don't practice all these all the time. I'd love to. And that's what I'm working on. But we're all going through our own stuff. It's how can we make the best out of everything, and how can we be authentic in what we do? And really trust that it will get better, but you do have to take those steps towards life getting better. And that means expressing yourself how you want to be. That means not like hiding these emotions, suppressing them so that they don't come out. So when they come out, once that's all built up inside you, it comes out as hatred or fear, negativity. And it's like, well, that's not how I want to feel, It's just that's what happens when you suppress and it all builds up within you, and uniqueness. How can you be unique? It's not about following what other people are doing, because that's them. That's unique to them. Everybody is their own person. It's just in this day and age, a lot of shit is copied, or a lot of people copy from everybody else. Yeah, trends are one thing. Trends are taking that certain experience and making it your own, basically. It's not like plagiarizing the fad or that trend. It's how can I make that me if it is me, and it's not about hopping on every single trend or bandwagon. It's like, well, what's my truth? Do I really want to do that, or am I doing it because this and this person are doing those things? Or am I going to be me? Am I going to make the shit that I want to make? Am I going to create, and am I going to speak how I want to speak in the way I want to talk? Like, is it professional, but creatively unique myself? Because this is what I'm working on. Like, how I can be authentically myself, how I can express myself and create what I really want to create in my life. Because I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be somebody that just is normal. As much as like being normal, yeah, you don't get judged as much, but you're on repeat, you're a robot, and that's not what we're meant to do. With everything that's on, like technology and TV and mainstream narratives and everything that goes on in the world, it's like, yeah, it's good to utilize what we have, but lately it's a lot of people, we get caught up in the fact that we need these new things, we need to catch on to every trend. But if you're not in like alignment with what you really are, what you really want, who you really are, then everything's going to be you, right? Like everything's going to be like, oh, well, I am that new console system for gaming. I am that new TV. I am that new laptop. It's like, no, nothing wrong with being a consumer, but it's how much are you consuming that's taking over who you really are. And that's what I've noticed. Like, there's nothing wrong with watching a movie or watching a show on Netflix or whatever, but it's where's the balance in your consumption and your production? Like, what are you producing? And it doesn't mean like producing content. It just means like producing results. And like, well, producing, like going to work. If you enjoy it and you're doing something and not consuming something, that's fine. If you're going for a run, working out, going for a walk in nature, or whatever it may be, you're still producing an experience and not consuming so much artificial intelligence or artificially like man-made type of creation, like cell phone, laptops, movies, TVs, whatever. Things that are more natural. As long as you're finding that balance between, exact body, mind, and soul. That's exactly it, right? As long as you're finding that balance, it's like, well, don't eat junk food all the time. I've had that trouble. I still do. But it's finding that balance. It's like you don't need a dessert every meal. You don't need a dessert every day. But if you're still eating like really healthy 5-6 days a week, the one day you can have like a dessert day, or something like that. It's like, there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself and do what you want in that moment, because everything is this moment. Everything is now. And it's how now affects how it's going to be in the future for yourself, for other experiences. So what do you want to see in your life? What do you want to see in the world? Because it's not just me, right? It's about how can we express ourselves so that we all enjoy life and we all express ourselves freely with no judgment, right? And I mean, I know it's hard to not judge anything, example, especially your own life, right? If you're judging yourself on every little mistake you're making and every little challenge that happens, you're just like, oh, I'm never going to get over it or whatever. Well, it's like, I mean, we're all on our own journey, right? Like I've been there. I am there, where you don't see the light, but it's there. And even if you don't know it's there. It's coming, You just got to have the faith and know that everything is happening for a reason. So how can you utilize that reason to grow? How can you utilize what's happening for the better of yourself and humanity, right? I'm kind of just going on like a tangent right now. This is the first episode of this type of video, and this is the first video on this channel, Scott Vlad. And I'm thinking I like express myself, but I'm all over the place sometimes, when it comes to speaking, because once again, I've had that experience where I've been very introverted, and especially with this pandemic that's been going around, it's hard to get social now. And this isn't helping like mental health. This isn't helping financially. Everybody's kind of just stressing out and anxious, or like nobody knows what's going to happen. But I know that as long as you have faith that it's going to get better, and you change that atmosphere around yourself saying, well, it's going to get better for myself. It's going to get better for other people. It's just we have to change our mentality. And hey, man, I've been there too. I'm there. Like, I'm not always positive about what's happening, but if you can be fine with what's happening, then you'll be fine when it gets better, and it will, because we all have that faith. We all have that trust that, well, it will get better. It is going to get better. How is it going to get better? I don't know. We don't know, but we know that we can change our mindset. We can express ourselves freely on how we really want to be, and that will affect how we all think. It's a collective, right? Like for me, it's like, well, I'm positive some of the time I'm not as positive. But as long as I hold that vision, hold some type of vision, right? Like my vision's not fully created in detail. There's no full plan of what I want to do, but I know and I have faith that I am exactly where I want to be, or exactly supposed to be, to learn something and to really start expressing myself freely. Because that's what it's about, right? Especially with censorship and all that nonsense going on. It's how are we expressing ourselves? And why are we getting blocked or censored for expressing like freedom of speech, right? This it's all fallen apart. Everything in mainstream seems like people don't know how to express themselves fully, and people are afraid of big companies and corporations that are censoring and are trying to control everyone's narrative in their personal life. But yeah, this is getting very like conspiracy type talk, but that's all good, you know. I'm open to everything. I'm open to conversation of all sorts, as long as I'm somewhat aware of certain situations. Like when it comes to like politics, I don't give a fuck. But well, I mean, I care, but I'm not political. I'll speak on things that I have some type of knowledge around, but I'm just always here for an open conversation. I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm just trying to be myself. You know, and how do you find yourself when you lose yourself in everything external? That's what I've come to realize. Like, who am I actually? Who am I really? Like, am I just this cell phone that I scroll on or answer calls with or text people with? Am I the microphone I speak into? Am I the books I read, or am I just me? I'm my body. This is my mind. And my soul is everywhere and anywhere that it wants to be. So why can't I just let that be, you know, just express myself for who I am? And I'm always looking, man. I'm on a huge soul searching mission. And like, I try to be aware of what I speak, you know, because when it comes to certain things, like, it's like I don't want to create any experience that I really don't desire in my life with like self-doubt, negative talking, like, oh shit, man, you're not gonna make it, or you're ugly, or whatever the case may be. It's always good to be aware of these certain things, and that's why I'm thinking I'm just kind of talking about all this random stuff in my life, because I know I can help somebody, you know. I'm not trying to be a big YouTuber that's super famous and super big, and not me. But I want to spread my message, and whoever's attracted to my videos, who's ever attracted to my message, that's who it's meant for, you know. If I can help somebody with my experience, I mean, hey, that's a lot to feel good about, right? Whether or not you're getting comments, likes, whatever it may be, if you can ignite that spark within somebody else, like how it happened for me, in a way of realizing that drugs aren't the life, or like getting drunk every day and working part-time job after full-time job after all these different jobs, because that's how it was for me. It was after, or even in high school, I had like a full-time job at a bowling alley with like rides and attractions, and I mean, I enjoyed it at the time because I was 16. I'm like, yeah, I'm making bank at a part-time job after high school. And then once I graduated, it kind of just went downhill, you know. It's kind of just, oh, there's weed, oh, there's alcohol, oh, there's clubs, oh, there's these kind of drugs, and oh, prescriptions, and what else, like, oh, jobs that don't make me happy, and just bouncing back. Man, I swear I worked like 20 different jobs since I was like 19, 20, 21. I worked 20 different jobs every year, I swear. I quit one job within like 30 minutes because like 3 hours or something was I quit a lot of jobs, you know, because it's like I'm not happy. I don't see myself being at this certain job. So why would I continue working here? You know, I mean, money's money, yeah, but if you're making money and you're not happy how you're making the money, then you can't enjoy it. And that's what I've realized. Like, life's not just about money, but yeah, money keeps us going right now in this economy. Money is what puts the food on my plate, puts a house over my head, and it keeps us going. It keeps us moving, whether or not whatever you're spending it on or consuming with it. But as long as it's a real expression of how you feel, you know, if you're making money at somewhere that is really not serving you, why be there? That's what I've kind of just like, I don't work anywhere right now. My mom supports me. I'll be honest. I'm not happy with it, but I accept it. I accept that this is where I am, and it's not permanent. Nothing's fucking permanent, right? Everything's going to change. Everything's got to switch up, and it's like how adaptable and versatile are you? Can you change to each scenario and experience while still being unique and expressing yourself? You know, we're all gonna grow. Technology is going up from here, but it's how you consume it, and how the people that own these big companies, their ethics and their morals and their how do they really want to run these companies? Do they really want to just take control with these AI algorithms and brainwashing, manipulation, consumer pushing, everything, right? See, like this, like I just talk. You don't know what you're going to get out of the episode, except the titles will have specific words. No, the titles will have certain like keywords that mostly get talked about in the episodes, but I'm kind of just open to speaking anything. Whatever wants to come out, it comes out. I try to get as much of as like a flow state as I can, because I'm not used to expressing myself. I'm not used to I was filming. I used to have a video, a YouTube channel a few maybe like a month ago. I was filming for a month or two straight, daily videos. It was called Spiritual Scott, but I wasn't really into it. I wasn't myself. This is kind of just like I talk shit. I don't talk shit, but I'm talking my shit. Like what I want to say is coming out. It's coming out exactly how it should, for me to grow and for me to help somebody's people, humans, extraterrestrials, ETs, aliens, demons. It doesn't really matter. Angels, you know, as long as I can help something, some being of living, of God's expression, you know, as long as somebody takes something from some part of this video, you know, even if you want to do the method where you just click 3 different time slots, you know, like if you open a book and it's different pages, right? You open like page 3 times, and whatever advice and wisdom you get on that page is meant for you. So that's that with these videos. Like you click 3 different time slots, and whatever I'm saying in that moment is meant for you. I haven't tried that before really, but maybe I will, you know, because that's fun. This is fun. I like talking. I used to kind of worry about like my neighbors hearing, because I live in a complex. So like my neighbors be like, what the fuck is that kid talking about in there? Like, I mean, I'm close with most of my neighbors. Well, I know them all, but they'll be like, oh shit, why is he talking about aliens or nature and whatever I be talking about, you know? It's me and philosophy. That's something that interests me, you know, wisdom and just not normal things, but that are super normal, supernatural things, but they're supernatural. That's exactly what it is, right? And this is me for the most part. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell you everything just yet, but it's a start. You know, this is episode 1. And there's going to be tons more, you know, because this is actually really enjoyable. Just speaking, just communicating, just expressing, and just working on everything in general. Like working on articulation, working on speech and how I say certain words. And my vocabulary, and just everything in general, right? Like, life is fun, but it's not fun if you say it's not fun. Like, yeah, obviously that's like an indicator, well, something needs to change up. But fun should be fun, and you should enjoy everything with the childlike mindset for the most part. Like, you want to express yourself with adult terms and adult presentation. But if you can act like a child, man, hey, fucking do it. That's what I say. Because being a kid is boundaryless. There's no boundaries. You can do what you want. As long as you're aware, like, well, I'm not going to go jump off that roof and try some parkour stuff if I can't make that jump, and then I'll fall to my death or break my bones or whatever. It's like, no, you still have the awareness. Because when I was a kid, I'd do all that shit. I still had that discernment, though. It's like, well, I don't think I can make that leap. And if I don't make that leap, I'm just going to fall down and hurt myself really bad. But I mean, yes, that did happen as a kid. I was into some type of like climbing trees, climbing on top of my roof at the house I used to live in. Like, friends would come over and be like, hey, you want to go on the roof? Like, yeah. Like 12. Like, yeah. And then parents come out, they're like, what the fuck are you doing on the roof? It's like, man, it's a roof. This is cool. Like, we don't have boundaries. We have discernment, but we don't have boundaries. We can do whatever we want, and that's it, man. That's the fun part of being a kid. You can express yourself. You don't care what other people think. Although it may get you into trouble in certain scenarios at some point, but that's what happens when you grow up. If you keep that child spark within you, that's true power. That's strength. That's what's the word I'm looking for? When you have is dangerous. You're dangerous. If you have that child essence within you, and you've healed yourself and overcome all the adversities and challenges at a young age, then man, fuck, you were dangerous. That's the truth. That's what I feel like. If you've been through everything and you're still here, which is everybody, man, we're all equally dangerous in a good way, not a bad dangerous. We don't fuck with that. If you're like really yourself, that's powerful, because you can change everything. You can change yourself, one. You can change the people around you, and you can change lives anywhere. Like, whoever sees this video or whoever sees what you're doing, what you're producing with the inner knowledge and wisdom, as well as consumption in certain areas, like, you can still, it's good to watch like documentaries, or you might take whatever you take from everything, as long as you're taking something out of it. Like, you're watching a show, you're binge watching a show, like that's what I've been doing lately. As long as you can take some type of message that's not that's of your best interest. If you take something out of it that's super insightful, man, take it. If you're learning something, it's always good to learn something, but you don't always have to. At the same time, though, it's kind of like a contradiction. Like, if you're just want to fucking relax and have a tub all day and cry and write and stuff, it's like, man, you don't have to take it in that moment. You be present with what's happening, but don't be like, oh, I'm trying to learn something. What am I trying to learn out of this situation? What am I trying to learn? Because that's what I've been. And it doesn't really teach you that much. It's like, oh shit, well, when you look back at it, it's like, oh, that's what I was trying to learn. That's what I was trying to be taught in that situation. So don't always be trying to find, damn, that does help me. Don't always try to find something to learn while you're going through it. Always be like, reflect on, well, that's how it was, and what did I really learn now that it's over, or now that, because I was present with it, I was more aware, and now after looking back, it's like, okay, that's what it was trying to teach me. That's what it was trying to show me, whether that be God, the universe, life in general, whatever you're trying to learn. And yeah, with that being said, everybody, this was was a 30-minute video. I think it's about to end. And yeah, it did end. But with that being said, my friends, thank you for watching episode 1 of this video series. I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be some type of like experience podcast connection, love video series or something like that, but I thank you all for watching this video. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you take something away from it, because I know I already have from filming this, editing it, experiencing this whole process of expression and uniqueness and authenticity. With that being said, my friends and family, thank you so much. If you like the video, give it that thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, hey, click, and you're subscribed. I don't know my posting schedule yet, but I do know that I love this. I love just kind of taking some time, like 20-30 minutes out of my day to film and just talk. I don't care who's watching, who's listening, as long as it's positive. Like in the comments, positivity, feedback, but none of that negative I don't care. But let's keep it positive. We're creating something in this world that we really want to see. More peace, love, and happiness. But yeah, anyways, fam, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm out of here. Peace.